Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to my kitchen. Now, I don't know if you're like me or not, but usually when meal planning, I do okay with dinners, but with lunches, I really struggle with coming up with lunch ideas to make that aren't just the same thing over and over and over again. So I like to make these lunch videos. One, to try to inspire you all, maybe give you some new things to try, but also to motivate myself so that I'm not making the exact same like tuna salad or turkey sandwich, over and over and over again. So I'll be sharing 4 really easy and delicious lunch ideas with you today. So let's get into today's video. First up, I'm making an Asian chicken salad. I did not follow a recipe for this. I was just using things I had on hand, but I was kind of inspired by the Asian chicken salad at Applebee's. Here is what I'm going to use for the salad today. And of course, this is just an idea that I'm sharing with you. So absolutely use what you got on hand or use whatever you prefer. I've got a bag of romaine salad, coleslaw mix, green onions, sesame seeds, mandarin oranges. For the dressing, I have this Newman's Own sesame ginger in my pantry, so I'm going to use that. I've got some wonton strips, sliced almonds, and then this little Asian sesame ginger salad toppings bag. I find this at Walmart. This is so good on Asian salads or in Asian wraps. It's got like flavored pepitas and wonton strips and cashews, and there's something else in there. I can't remember, but it's really good. I recommend you give this a try if you can find it. And then for the chicken, my mom recommended these Tyson teriyaki grilled chicken thighs to me. You can find them at Sam's Club, and these are delicious. This was my first time having them, and they were so good and super easy. They're already cooked, so really all you got to do is warm them up. All right, to assemble the salad, I'm going to lay down some of the romaine lettuce. And when I have salads, I prefer it to be more chopped. So I'm going to just give it a rough chop with some kitchen scissors. I added a little coleslaw mix, and I'm going to give that a little rough chop. And just kind of do a quick toss of the coleslaw mix and salad. Next, I'm going to add on the green onions. I just sliced those up. And like I said earlier, totally make this your own. Like I always tell you, you're in your kitchen. You make things how you like. There's no Asian chicken salad police that are going to come busting through your door because you don't use something I use or, whatever. So just use what you like. You can use different lettuces. I think some bell pepper would be nice in this. Now, after I added the sliced almonds, I'm going to add that like Asian toppings that I was mentioning to you earlier. I'm going to add a little bit of wonton strips. And then those mandarin oranges, I did drain the liquid off of that. And I love the mandarin oranges in this. It gives such a sweet little pop. Now I'm going to add on some sesame seeds. And then for the chicken thighs, there were instructions, I think, to microwave them, bake them. I decided to go with the air fryer. Again, just keeping it easy. So I cooked them in the air fryer according to the package instructions. Once they were done, I let them rest for about 5 or 7 minutes. And then I'm just going to slice them up and arrange them over the salad. And there you can see I sampled the chicken. And like I said earlier, it's delicious. Next, I'm going to drizzle on some of that dressing, and then that's it. The salad is done. This was delicious. Both Gary and I really enjoyed this salad. It was quick and easy. You could basically, assemble everything except maybe leave off the dressing and the oranges, take it to work with you, and then toss it all together, when it's lunchtime. And yeah, delicious little lunch. Next, I'm making a grilled chicken tzatziki sandwich. I saw this on Instagram. The lady's name is Diane Morrissey. I will have it linked down in the description box below for you. Here are the ingredients that I'm going to use to make this. First up, I've got some ciabatta rolls, lettuce and tomato, tzatziki sauce. You can use your favorite brand or use homemade, of course, feta cheese. And then her recipe called for a roasted red pepper sandwich spread. I had no clue really what that was, but I found this red pepper spread. It's got eggplant and garlic at Trader Joe's, so I thought it would be good on this sandwich, so I grabbed that. And then for the chicken, really you can cook it up however you want. I decided to just use some thin chicken breasts and season it with a little Cavender's. I decided to cook it in the air fryer just to keep it simple this day. Just cooked it at 360 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes or so. You just want to cook your chicken until it's at least 165 degrees internal temperature. Now I'm going to toast the bread. And again, you could do this a couple different ways. You could put it in a toaster. You could put it in the oven. I decided to do it on top of the stove. Just added some olive oil to a pan and over medium heat. Cooked it for maybe about 4 or 5 minutes until the ciabatta was golden brown and toasted. And then I'm going to set that bread aside and get started on these sandwiches. So to assemble these, we're going to lay down a layer of that red pepper spread. And like I said, I wasn't sure exactly what she meant by roasted red pepper sandwich spread. Maybe, I know she lives, I think, in New York, so maybe that's a New York thing. I'm not sure. But like I said, I saw this and decided to use it, and it was delicious on the sandwich. So after I've added that red pepper spread, I'm going to lay down some lettuce, tomato, season up the tomatoes with some salt and pepper. I'm going to lay down the cooked chicken breast, and then to the top of the ciabatta roll, we're going to add some of that tzatziki sauce, followed by some of the feta cheese. And you do want to, make sure you crumble up your feta cheese and then put the top on the sandwich, and that's it. And like I said, these sandwiches were so delicious. To go along with this, I had a few odds and ends in my fridge that I needed to use up, so I decided to do like a quick pesto caprese pasta salad. Here are the ingredients that I used for this, and again, just using some things that I had on hand. I've got some radiatori pasta. You could use whatever shape you prefer. I've got some pesto, some of the Ken Steakhouse creamy Caesar dressing, some mozzarella pearls, and grape tomatoes, and I'm going to quarter those grape tomatoes. Now, I didn't follow a recipe for this, and I just eyeballed the ingredients. I boiled up the pasta in some salted water according to the pasta instructions, drained it really well, rinsed it, added it to a bowl, and then added some of the pesto, the Caesar dressing, those mozzarella pearls, and then the tomatoes. I gave it a stir, and I popped it into the refrigerator for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour before we served it up for lunch. So here is lunch. We have the sandwiches and that pasta salad. You guys, this was such a delicious lunch. That pasta salad was so good, and that sandwich had so much flavor. I loved the combination of the tzatziki with the red pepper spread. It was just delicious. Next, I tried another new recipe from Instagram. This is from Mississippi Queen. I'll have her account linked down below for you. Here are the ingredients that I'm going to use today. I've got some rotini pasta. I'm sure you could use whatever pasta you prefer or have on hand. Some black beans. I'm using these Doritos minis only because I have them on hand. She recommended using a creamy French dressing, so I've got that. I have some shredded cheddar cheese. In this freezer bag here, I've got some taco meat. This is just turkey that I seasoned up with taco seasoning and cooked it up. It was in my freezer. I pulled it out and allowed it to thaw. I've got chopped tomatoes, some sliced green onions, sliced black olives, diced green chilies, and then shredded iceberg lettuce. All right, so we're going to assemble this pasta salad. I have boiled up the pasta according to the package instructions in some salted water. I drained and rinsed it. I'm going to add it to a big bowl. And then her recipe did not include beans. I wanted to add it in just to add a little more protein, so I drained and rinsed that can of black beans. I'm adding in my chopped tomatoes as well as the sliced green onions. And again, substitute whatever you've got on hand or whatever you like. If there's something that I'm adding that you don't like, don't add it. You're in your kitchen. Next, I'm going to add in those diced green chilies. I did drain them. I'm adding in the shredded cheese, followed by the taco meat. And, again, if you're cooking up your taco meat, I would let it cool slightly before you add it to the pasta salad. Now we're going to add in that creamy French dressing. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I do not like olives at all. So I'm going to wait and hold off and add the olives later. We're going to give that a really good mix. And then you could eat this right away. I would let it sit in the refrigerator for at least a couple hours before you eat it. And you do want to wait and add the lettuce and the Doritos until you're ready to serve it. So if you're like meal prepping this or making it in advance, leave out the lettuce and the Doritos, and just wait until you're getting ready to serve it to add that. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm adding the lettuce and the crushed up Doritos, and then I'm going to add some of the olives to Gary's portion. And yeah, here is the finished pasta salad. So this was good. I will say, though, I do think I would prefer this with like a Catalina dressing or the Western kind of Southwest salad dressing. It was good with the creamy French, but I just personally am not a huge fan of French dressing. But I would definitely make this again and just use the Catalina dressing instead. But that's total personal preference. But yeah, this was super filling. You know, I think this would be great to take to a potluck or to a cookout get together, or, you know, make it on a Sunday or a Monday and make it for lunches ahead. But yeah, I would give this recipe a try. And like I said, I'll have it linked in the description box below for you. Last but not least, I'm making a turkey pesto grilled cheese sandwich. Here are the ingredients that I'm going to use. I've got some bread that I'm going to slice up, provolone cheese, turkey meat from the deli, some pesto, tomato I'm going to slice up, and then some butter. I found this little loaf of artisan bread at Food Lion, so I'm going to slice that up. But of course, use whatever bread you prefer or what you've got on hand. I think the like No Knead Dutch oven bread would be really good in this. I've shared that before on my channel. I'll link that video down in the description box below for you. So once I've got the bread sliced, I'm going to add some of the pesto to the insides of the bread. And then I'm going to add on the sliced provolone cheese. I just cut it in half to make it easier to fit on the bread. I think this would also be good with some of the like deli sliced mozzarella cheese. Now we're going to add on some turkey, add as much or as little as you like. I also think like the chicken deli meat would be good on this as well. Next, I'm going to add some tomato, and I mentioned this before, but anytime I add tomato to a sandwich, I like to season it with a little bit of salt and sometimes pepper, just depends on my mood. So now that I've got that sandwich assembled, we're going to grill it up. I'm going to add a little bit of butter to a skillet, and over medium heat, I'm just going to cook the sandwich for maybe 3 or 4 minutes per side until it's golden brown. I did let one side get a little dark. I'd taken the boys outside real quick, and so one of the sides got a little dark, but hey, that's just fine. It still turned out delicious. So here is that finished up grilled cheese. I'm going to cut it in half, and I decided today, just to keep it simple, I served it with some barbecue kettle chips and a pickle spear, and this was delicious. Gary and I really liked this sandwich. I mean, if you like, you know, pesto or caprese flavors, you'll totally love this. And I forgot to mention this, but I will of course have this recipe. I saw it on Pinterest. It'll be linked in the description box below for you. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that maybe this gave you some new ideas of things to try for lunches, but all of these recipes would also be great for dinners. So, you know, they would make quick and easy dinners, delicious, especially for, you know, this summertime when we're looking for things kind of a little bit on the lighter end. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.